The weather's a bit shit, but we're here in Ulsan, and this is my very rare opportunity to actually get some Whasoo beer in me. I don't have my tripod, I don't have my mic. We're doing total guerrilla style here. Guerilla. This is the Gyeongju beer. Now, I mentioned on the channel I don't like to read too much into the beers before I try them the first time, but it just says Gyeongju beer, so I'm thinking like, I don't really, that's not a beer style. So, it's a 7.5%, and it turns out it's a Weizen with a very banana-y, clovey kind of thing going on. So, balance. 행복한 느낌. Oh, good. Happiness coming my way. This won some awards at the Korean Beer Festival in 2019 and 2022. 7.5. It's a Weizen. Smells like citrusy a little bit. The bananas in there a bit, and the cloves come through, which they should. But there's also like a citrusiness to it. Whoa. The body on there is really nice. Nice smooth carbonation. There's a nice hefty weight to it too. It's lacking the super banana and cloviness of like a nice Belgian quad. But that probably because of the thickness of the body is tricking my mind, and just the sheer amount of alcohol in here too. You can taste there's a strength to it. It's quite nice actually. I'm gonna grab a couple. And we'll see. This is a place. If you've been to any beer, festivals in Korea ever, this brewery will have like a trailer set up. It's a little silver, like camping trailer, and they have the side cut out with a window, and then the guy's serving it out of there, which is pretty cool as far as marketing goes. And they have like chairs set up outside with like umbrellas, like you're actually outdoors, even though you're in the middle of like a COEX exhibition center. Very cool marketing strategy, though. So I'm glad to have finally been here. I came here in October to Ulsan. And I had to kind of pick with the scheduling if I was going to go to Boksundoga Makgeolli or here, and I ended up picking the Makgeolli place. So now that my parents are here, they said, Kevin, we want to go to Ulsan. Jeez, I'm happy to come back, but like this is the only time someone's parents maybe who've come to visit them while they're in Korea have said, you know, Dad, Mom, what do you want to do? Ulsan. So here's my chance to get this in. This is the first one, but we'll get another one. We'll see what I get next. Tell me you can hear me over Rosé and Bruno Mars. So. God, I'm right in the doorway too. Anyway, I got the porter next. This is also a 7.5. So you can see the awards they won up here. I'll give you a little close-up. This is much more of the chocolate malt, like blackness of a roasted nature. There's a bit of that, like metallic-y. It almost tastes like the green that copper turns into on a roof, which I've never licked. But again, I don't want to get too poetic either at the risk of losing you. But I think that's what that would taste like. There's this metallic. It's not blood. It's not like liver where you're getting a lot of iron in there. It's different. There's a metallicness to it. There's a freshness of like a real roasted coffee chocolatiness to it. Really nice. Welcome. That's the door. I'm right. The doorway is literally 1.5 meters that way. I should put this chair back this way, away from the door. But this is pretty good. I can tell they've like really amped up. I'm gonna say that this is Thomas Fawcett chocolate malt, or maybe Brice. Doesn't matter. But I think they've really gone really forward on the chocolate malt. They still use some kind of really dark burnt malt, like a Black Prince or something, for the color and the roasted flavor. But that chocolate, it's undeniably there. It even affects the texture. There's almost like, not a graininess to it, but there's almost like if something was completely smooth, the grain from this would just be there from like a chocolatiness. Anyway, not bad. I don't love it, but it's pretty good. Bière numéro 3, c'est le Session IPA. Puis, I'll switch to English right now. Anyway, so I was going to pick this to the red IPA, and I went into my group chat, and I said, rock, paper, scissors, first answer. If I win, I get this. If you win, I'll get the red IPA. And just a word of advice, if you ever meet me in real life and we do rock, paper, scissors, I will always pick paper. Genuinely. That's my first go. If this actually makes me lose in real life because you've heard this here, I'd be pretty shocked. Just as a rule, though, I do pick paper first. Ooh, Citra. Obviously, yeah. This is... the color might be a little bit misleading. It's a little lighter than your classic Westie, but it's still dark enough to be a Westie, and it is very much a Westie. The bitterness is quite high on this one. I like that. I miss that. A lot of the beers that come out now are so dry hopped to New England style, and I love that too. This is becoming more of a rarity. There's a real bitterness to this that we're missing in the beer scene. Not all the time, but often. Dry hopping is great, and keeping the crystal malts out, and the oatmeal high and the haze up, love it. But this is oftentimes been replaced by the hazy, juicy New England. This is, I'm going to say this is probably one of the most bitter beers I've ever had in a long time, and I'm better for it. Thank you, Whasoo. God. LCD Sound System got the royalties from my last video. The Talking Heads got it from a few videos before that. And Bruno Mars is going to get all the ones from this video. So, enjoy your 80 cents, Bruno. Bruno Mars. Alright, I'll come outside. They have a rooftop up there, which is not an opportune place to drink a beer right now. But I always get like the really heavy beers, stuff like that, and you know, you need to get something lighter if you want to do a true, proven review of a restaurant. So, this is the Kolsch. I've made Kolsches. I've made a couple of Kolsches. I love Kolsches. They're that little bit of a lagery ale that's easy to drink. I keep drinking this one. Heavy on the citrus, and those are not Citra hops. This is part of the fermentation. It wouldn't be necessarily from a hop. It's a bit heavy on the bitterness, and it's a bit citrusy. It's not sour. It's like, there's no tartness to it. It is very much like a citrusy kind of bitterness to it. Which makes me think if maybe they did use Citra hops, but probably not. It's okay. There's a bit of a funk to it. I wish it was a bit cleaner. Certainly not a bad beer. But when I think of Kolsches and the ones that I've had and the ones that I've made, this doesn't quite hit. However, the chocolatiness of the porter, the overshadowing of the clove and banana in the Imperial Weizen, I'm going to call it, and then that last IPA with just the overwhelming bitterness that I missed in a lot of IPAs. Pretty good hit, Whasoo. Pretty good hit. I'm going to say this is a worthwhile endeavor to come. Oh God, do I go in the rain? Oh God. It's a worthwhile endeavor to come here to. I'll shoot some B-roll and insert it there later. Anyway, the Kolsch is not disappointing, but I'm a bit underwhelmed. But the other ones are pretty good. So yeah, again, cheers. Next time. Damn it. It's across the street, too. Random asides, because you do know I love random asides. I am not buying this. However, Golden Blanc Champagne, Ulsan Football Club, that's only $100. What's $100 between fans? This GS25 has like all the gear for the local football club. Which, I mean, honestly is kind of rad. That's kind of neat. I'm sorry, I have to get this. It's a cucumber highball. It's 6%, and it's 1,200 won. I need to get this for some god-awful reason.